So I'd really encourage any of you folks that haven't taken a tour of the school lately to get up there and see what the whole project entails, see what the needs are, and what they're proposed to do. And I think you'll agree with me that the time is now. A few years back, as we were deciding to move back to Ord, Nebraska from Omaha, it's quality of life is why we moved to Ord, Nebraska to raise family. Me and my wife have 3 kids, and as you pick a town to move to, your school is a big part of that. It's one of the drawing cards of this community. If we're going to get more people to continue to move to this town, it starts with a good quality school. And a good quality school not only involves just taking care of the essentials that are needed, but to do improvements on an 80-year-old facility that have long been overdue. So, I encourage you all to get out, see the project, see what needs to be done, and make your decision, and please vote for the development.
That was a nice video to show you some of the pictures of some of the safety issues that we have at our high school that we're going to talk about in our presentation here. First off, part of Our Kids First committee, a lot of people work real hard to get the information on the bond and the facts, and I'd like to thank all the people involved in that, putting this information together. First off, the Facility Task Force was formed in 2006, and its primary responsibility was to review the facility audits, basically. Look at the high school and the... my man's behind me. Primary function to review facilities needs. Started several years back, which led us to the conclusion we have now. Took tours of the grade school, high school. I had the pleasure to do that myself and see the issues firsthand. Also, we were able to go in when school was in session to see some of these things while the students were there. And just a reminder, after the meetings tonight, the school is going to be open. If you'd like to come look at some of these issues that we have at our school. Extensive study was from 2005 to present. Did a complete total facility audit. And the people involved in committees include retired people, people without kids in our community, and people who do have kids in our public schools. Can everyone hear me all right back here? Okay, thank you. Mission of the Our Kids First committee is 1, promote a safe and modern educational environment at our school. Number 2 is to promote the facts of the bond. 3 is to create opportunities for public information exchange, like we're doing tonight. Make sure we get the facts out to you so you're informed, you make an informed decision. 4 major areas addressed by this bond are 1, the safety and accessibility needs, life safety and handicap accessibility issues, our educational needs, renovation needs readjusting, and 4, considering our community request to keep the 1928 building alive. That was something over the last several years that the community concerned their voice was, let's not tear down the 1928 building, let's keep that historic building going, let's renovate and keep it going, which is what this bond issue addresses. First phase, the safety and accessibility needs. Currently, we do not meet a lot of the life safety requirements. This is including the fire marshal report. Two, American Disabilities Act as ADA, a lot of the requirements are not met at our school. There's no second fire escape from the cafeteria. This is from the fire marshal letter. You'll see in a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And no elevator access to second floor. This is where we have an issue with the American Disabilities Act. Second phase is our educational needs of our students. All right? In order to meet educational needs of today's students, we need to modernize our classrooms. I think we all agree, a lot of us out here in the community, we have our own businesses or part of businesses, whether we sell a customer service or a product. And you ask your question in your own business, what's the last thing you've done to upgrade your infrastructure, to upgrade your technology, to upgrade your methods? We all have to do it in our business to survive. We all know that. Now, the community, our business is the people. And our product is our kids, their education. So we need to ask ourselves, what have we done lately to improve our kids' infrastructure? The technology at the school, our teachers' ability to implement the 21st century methods that they learn. The third phase is heating, cooling, and electrical needs. Obviously, as Bill kind of pointed out, we have a lot of leaks in our heating and cooling heating system, replacement of an 80-year-old steam heat system. Currently, it runs at a 50% efficiency rate. This is by the Trane commercial systems. We need adequate fresh airflow. With the system we have now, the air in the high school is fairly stagnant. There's no fresh air coming in and out of the building. With the new heating and cooling system, we would have filtered fresh air coming in and out of our building, which is a great improvement for any learning environment, for our kids and for our teachers. An electrical system, you saw some of those pictures, a lot of them need to be replaced. A lot of them are 110, 220 with no ground plugs, which can be very dangerous. Cost updates is extremely expensive. Fourth phase, renovation means readjusting, which means taking the 1928 building, not tearing it down, but readjusting it so we can meet these life safety codes, having a better learning environment, and meeting our new teaching requirements. The Board of Education listened to the community and their voice of concern to keep the 1928 building. And it can be used after 3.5-year grace period expires. This is in the Fire Marshal Report, which we can all pick up. I think at the front of the building, as you come in, there is a report, a copy of that actual report if you'd like to read it. Here on the left, you can see the actual Fire Marshal Report. And as Bill said earlier, some of these items, about 14, 15 of them, they can address right away. They're pretty minimal things, exit lights and things like that. But some of these, about 17, 18 other ones, require pretty major construction. As you can see, let me step over here. I'm not going to read this whole thing, you can read it here, but the main thing is at the cafeteria, classrooms exceeding 1,000 square feet, including the cafeteria, need 2 exit doors from the classroom. Now the cafeteria does have that back door, but you can't have an exit through the kitchen itself. That's not included as an exit. So our main problem is there is we're unsafe in the way we can exit the cafeteria if there was an emergency or a fire. Number 22 addresses in the classroom greater than 250 square feet. There's a lot of them in the building that have windows, there's a lot that don't have windows. If the window does not meet the height, width, and seal requirements, they need to add a window in there, which adding a window or changing a window at any time requires major construction. Go back to the slide real quick. Note down there that this is not required if building is protected throughout by approved automatic fire sprinkler system, which we'll address here. What we're trying to say there is, well, why don't we just put a fire sprinkler system in to take care of the problem? But number 27, we have corridors on the second floor that exceed 20 feet. Okay? So if we put a sprinkler system in there, the problem is, if you put a sprinkler system in, you could reduce, as long as the corridor is reduced under 50 feet, that's fine, but our corridors are over 50 feet also. So that's to solve the problem. just having a fire sprinkler system, we'd have to change our corridors, which would be a lot of major construction.